Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and something a little bit different here today. And this is going to be an updated camera settings video for F1 2018. Now, I made this video back on launch, back in August when F1 2018 came out, because I had a lot of requests asking me what camera should I use, what are the settings that I run on career mode. And since then, a lot has changed, and I've now run some settings which are a lot more feel natural to me, basically. Back then, it was a matter of, at the time, finding what was right because it felt off to me. And, sometimes through patches, the camera settings by default on the cars change sometimes. And also now, I've gone for much more of a realistic position with the camera, so much more like what we see in the TV. And also, things like cockpit view and TV camera have changed quite a bit, and I found some different settings which I actually like even more. Now, this is totally subjective, but I've had a few comments asking me, would I do an updated one? Ever since I've moved to Mercedes in my career mode, I've had a lot of comments for it. So we're going to delve into it now. I'm going to show you guys my settings in the F1 2018 game, and you guys can check them for yourselves and try them and see if you like them, because at the end of the day, it's all subjective and it comes down to personal preference. And I personally really like these settings. So let's go into the F1 2018 game and let's see what my new settings are. Right then, so we're going to cycle through the camera views. Now, the three that I'm going to talk about in this video, same as the original video, are offset T-cam, straight T-cam, and cockpit view. So first of all, we have the offset T-cam, which is the one that I run all the time. And as you can see, this is what we have at the moment. If we now move over to the next one, which is going to be the cockpit view, this is what I like to run. It's a quite close-up camera. You don't really get to see the mirrors, but then again, no car, you cannot really see the mirrors in any of the cars in this year's game. And then we have the T-cam. So I'm going to run you through the settings of each and every single one of these. So we're going to start off with the offset T-cam. So if we go over to the settings, we go to camera options, we're on TV pod offset. So as you can see on screen, you guys can take a screenshot. They're quite a lot more different than what they used to be on the Toro Rosso back on the original video I used to make when the game first launched. So those are the offset TV pod settings. Then we have the normal TV pod. If you guys want to take a screenshot, then you can do so. Here we have the settings for the normal straight camera, and then we go to the cockpit view. So those are the three settings for all the cameras on the game. And yeah, I mean, pretty much that is going to be it. I could explain, one by one what each of these things does, but I do honestly recommend, because especially for those people that ask for camera settings, I do recommend you guys in your own spare time, you test the settings to see what every single thing does in itself, because you can do for you what you actually prefer. I mean, this is subjective, and this is what I like, but you guys can actually do your own settings and what you like. So as you can see, that's pretty much it. One small detail, for example, I turn camera shake off. I don't like it. Some people do. I don't like it at all, so I get rid of it. I'm going to show you guys a couple more cars because I think that's worth it. So we're going to check the Ferrari out, and you guys can check it out in a moment's time. Right, and here we have the Ferrari. We have the offset T-cam. Then we have the I just went past it. There we have the cockpit view, which, to be fair, the Ferrari looks pretty damn good, especially with the new modified mirrors. They're kind of out of the way, so when it comes to looking straight, it looks pretty damn crisp and clean. And then we have the T-cam, which also looks pretty damn good, actually. So yeah, those are my settings, but the offset is the one that I run normally. I'll do one more car. I'll showcase probably, I'd say the McLaren, and I'll do two more. I'll do the McLaren and I'll do the Saba, for example. So let's go to the McLaren next. Right, so on the McLaren we have the offset T-cam, as you can see here. Like I said, I'm very happy with it. This is the car that I use in league racing. So again, I had to make sure the camera setting was good for the Mercedes and the McLaren, those two cars, especially because of league racing videos and career mode videos. So the offset I'm very, very happy with, and the McLaren looks absolutely fantastic. Then we have the cockpit view. Again, pretty decent in the McLaren. The mirrors are very high up in this car, so it's actually quite good for certain corners. You can still see the corners perfectly fine. And then we have the T-cam as well, which looks fine in the McLaren. So yeah, I'm quite happy with all of those, and all the details that I like in the car are present. You can just about make out the steering wheel, the rev lights. You can see your helmet, gloves, and also pedal inputs on the legs, and also you get an idea of where the nose is on the car. When the halo is really prominent, you don't really get an idea where the nose of the car is. In the McLaren, I know exactly where it is, as it is in the Mercedes and any other car. Now let's move on to the Saba. Right, and finally we have the Saba, which also looks pretty damn awesome. We have the offset view, which, to be fair, with my custom career mode helmet along with this car, actually looks bloody epic. I really, really like how it looks. So we have the Saba here, Then we have the offset view, as you can see, the cockpit view, which looks fantastic in this car. The mirrors are very far out, so they won't get in your way, and you'll be able to see the apexes fine. Just generally a pretty decent camera view. And then we have the T-cam, which also looks fantastic. You can still see the mirrors, so if cars do appear, they're still visible. And then we have the offset once again. Me personally, in most cars, I try to find the best settings, and the most important thing I look for as well is mirrors. If I can get visibility in the mirrors, at least on the left mirror, then I prefer it, because I don't really like using the look behind button because it's unrealistic in a way. I prefer looking in the mirrors. So if I can look behind the least possible and look more in the mirrors, then that's what I prefer to do. So in this situation, this is the best setting and what works best for me. So all in all, I'm quite happy with it. They do the job. They're pretty realistic as well, because I tried to get them as close as I can to real life F1 and what it looks like through the TV. If you look at one of these cars and you pulled up a real life image of from the official F1 broadcast of one of the cars, especially the Mercedes, for example, and the Ferrari, you'll see it looks pretty damn similar. So I'm very happy with it. I think I've done a pretty good job. So I'm not complaining. I think I've found a nice balance between, like I said, visibility and also just general looks. And I think, all in all, I think it's a pretty decent combination. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, guys. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. A little bit more gameplay you can see here in the background as I drive along in the camera settings. I'm using the controller, so I apologise for the horrific driving. But yeah, anyway, let's just end it there. So hope you guys did enjoy the video. And if you didn't, drop a like. Also, do get subscribed for daily Formula 1 content. Also, do check out these two videos on your screen you can see right now if you did miss them. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And hopefully you found it informative. But other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one very soon. But until then, it's goodbye from me.